Assalamu alaikum, Black people. Welcome to the new Monday night broadcast. I'm Dashan for uh, several topics. We're going to be interviewing the attorney at war, Zulu Shabazz. We're going to be discussing a few. Okay, respectfully going in and out. I can't help that. My end seems to be going person that just texts me that it might be tonight. Family turbulently by attorney Shabazz. He's not only the national chairman for self-defense, he is also the faculty. The founder of Black organizations are based in Washington. Also, he is the author last year called the Book of Khalid, the biography, the first biography written by our Dr. Khalid Abdul. Once again, to anyone that is saying that the audio, nothing that we can do that is actually on your computer, our end, your ends now. Okay, we can do about that right now. Just a second. I'm going to check my sound again. Okay, on my end, it says the sound is good. Check one. Okay, check one, check two. Mic one. Can you all hear me? Is it still cutting? I see it's coming in clear. Someone just texted. So respectfully speaking, if you can hear, it may not be on our end. We can do about that. We're going to try our best to get through this broad. Last night it was doing the same thing. Okay, see, it's going in and out. There's really nothing that we can do a broadcast, which we don't want to have to do. Audio is very choppy. We may have to restart the broadcast to do that. Thank you very much, family.
Okay, you got to let me in. Brother Farad. Farad, you got to come out and come back in, man.
We'll do.
You can't be choppy tonight. Log out and come back in. Black Power, y'all. Let me try to get on. If you're on Facebook, we're going to put the link in to the YouTube channel because our objective is to help Brother Omawali build his channel. So
how about now? How about
sir?
Now?
You sound better. Talk a little bit. Let me hear you.
Assalamu alaikum, shalom.
You going in and out.
Power to
you going in and out.
On this end, it's saying all systems are go. It's saying.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you one question. Can you hear me without me being choppy?
Copy.
Okay, you choppy though, brother. You gotta solve the choppiness, or I'm gonna have to just keep going, which I don't want to at all. You know I don't.
I'm gonna sign back.
Sign out and try it one more time. Otherwise, I'm just gonna speak, take questions, and I'm gonna go right to the online on YouTube. So on Facebook, what I'm gonna do is I'm posting the link to YouTube. We want y'all to subscribe to Truth to Power. Truth to Power. So I'm gonna give you the link now. Okay. Truth to Power. Truth, the number 2, power. Go to YouTube. Please go to YouTube. especially
Black
if you
Power.
want to talk direct to me. Farad, you going in and out, brother. You going in and out, guys. You going in and out.
I just saw one. I have an idea. I'm signing in from. Okay. I'll be one more time.
We'll give you a minute. We'll give you a minute. Brothers and sisters, please. Brothers and sisters, please bear with me for a minute. Tonight is a special question and answer session with myself, Malik Zulu Shabazz, on behalf of the new Black Panther Party and on behalf of the Black Liberation Movement. And the subject tonight is this question and answers, but my focus will be, we must do for self or suffer the consequences. We must do for self or suffer the consequences. That's my subject. If you're on Facebook, go right now to the link that I put right up above this broadcast. Go to the link and please sign in to YouTube. Sign in to YouTube. Let me make sure. I'm going over here making sure we get signed in to YouTube. All right. Truth to Power Television, the radio broadcast. Truth to
Black Power. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
How about now?
Sound better now.
Hold on a second. Black Power, Hotep, Alafia, all power to the people, black laws of black people. Can you hear me? I'm coming in loud and clear. 1 second. Now I can't hear the chairman. The chairman went on mute. Oh, he did that on purpose. Okay. He went on mute on purpose. Okay, we're getting ready to start. Attorney Shabazz, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm going to let you warm up for a minute. Tell the people about, get them familiar with some subject matters. You're an expert. You know how to do it. Warm them up while I push the broadcast.
Okay, well, once again, Hotep, peace, Black Power, Alafia, all black laws, all black people. I'm Dashan Farad. Welcome to the new Black Panther Party's weekly Monday night political education class, among other things. The new Black Panther Party for self-defense is led by the national chairman, the attorney at war, Dr. Malik Zulu Shabazz, who is also the founding executive director of Black Lawyers for Justice. Both organizations are situated or located in Washington, D.C. Tonight, we're going to be speaking with Attorney Shabazz about several subjects related to not just Black America, but the entire Black world, or the diaspora, if you would. Keep in mind, too, Attorney Shabazz is also the author of the first and only biography on the life of our Black Power general, the immortal Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, Ashe. Some of the Muslims may say, may Allah be pleased with him. But this here is the first and only biography. It's called the Book of Khalid. And this right here was actually book one, if you would, because, of course, Attorney Shabazz said that you can't discuss the magnitude of Dr. Khalid's life in just one book. But this particular book, I would say, is an introductory. It is actually not a brief introductory, but it is an in-depth introductory into the life of Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, whose influence existed well beyond the Nation of Islam, his tenure in the Nation of Islam, as well as beyond his tenure as the national chairman of the new Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. And I had the honor of speaking with often his oldest son. Now, we know about Dr. Farrakhan Muhammad. We know about him. But Brother Khalid's oldest son, Brother Khalfani Muhammad, he told me in person, in private, and he doesn't mind me sharing this. He wanted me to thank the new Black Panther Party, Attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz, for preserving the legacy of his father. He said that had it not been for the new Black Panther Party for self-defense, Khalid would have been virtually erased from history. Of course, so we have the new Black Panther Party and YouTube to thank for preserving Brother Khaled's legacy, and of course, this book on his life, his autobiography. So we're going to get right to the subject matter at hand, which is, of course, the condition of the Black world. Now, those of us who identify as Black nationalists and as Pan-Africanists, we don't look at ourselves as a minority. And remember, we had many leaders going back to Booker T. Washington, W.E.B. Du Bois, of course, the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, and we bring it further up into the 20th century, the Honorable Master Elijah Muhammad and Brother El Hajj Malik El Shabazz, otherwise known as Malcolm X, and so many others. They stress the importance of African Americans not seeing ourselves as a minority, but belonging to a world majority. And so here, as Pan-Africanists, which of course includes the new Black Panther Party of self-defense and Black nationalists, of course, we're not just focused on the affairs of Black people in America. We are concerned with the entire Black world. Now, when we say the word diaspora is something that we borrowed from the Jewish community. Diaspora means the spreading out. The term Black diaspora or the African diaspora, which we've heard, was introduced sometime in the 1950s by Black nationalists. My former professor at North Carolina Central University, he's now the dean of one of the schools. Dr. Carlton Wilson wrote an article about that in the 90s, explaining the origin of Black diaspora. So we are a part of a world community. We are not minorities. We are part of the world majority. So we're going to be speaking tonight with the national chairman about the conditions of the Black diaspora. And so tonight we're going to place an emphasis, of course, not just on nationalism. We're going to place an emphasis on economics. As Brother Malcolm X has stated, you need money to finance a revolution. And so we have what we've seen in the past several decades is this theme amongst many Black nationalists, Black revolutionaries, many Black conscious folks who believe that they're supposed to be poor. And we hear a bunch of rhetoric, a bunch of conscious rhetoric. We say that the Black man is the original man, the Black woman is God or goddess. But what are we building with all of this high science, if you would? Okay, are we going to build beyond the rhetoric, or are we just going to stay on YouTube debating and trying to prove high science? So one of the new Black Panther Party, as its predecessor, the original Black Panther Party of self-defense, in its 10-point platform, it stresses economics. Okay, it stresses economics, and of course, we learn the importance of economics on a national basis from observing two main movements: the Universal Negro Improvement Association, that was founded and headed by the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, and then afterwards, smaller but at the same time large economically, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam. They stress the importance of Black people organizing socially, politically, and economically on a national level. And so we have the blueprint. And of course,
get to it. Let's get into it. Black Power.
Oh, thank you, Black Power. Attorney Shabazz. Okay, we understand that the new Black Panther Party now has a line, a clothing line. Okay, and we know the importance of making our own clothes. What do you feel about Black economics, and why do you feel that so many of our organizations, whether they be nationalists or integrationists, seem to be weak in the area of economics? I just finished covering the Congressional Black Caucus Convention, and there didn't seem to be a whole lot of talk of becoming economically independent. What do you think that's about?
Can you hear me, Brother Farad?
Copy that.
First of all, I want to say good evening, my sisters and brothers. Sister Phyllis, maybe you should mute your video. Mute your video, Sister Queen. That's right, we got to get that Black woman her privacy. I want to open up, Brother Farad, and give thanks to the platform that I am on tonight. We are on, sisters and brothers, we are on YouTube primarily. I want you to go to YouTube, and I posted it online. Truth to Power. Truth to Power. If you're on my Facebook page, I prefer tonight that you go to YouTube direct so you can ask me questions and participate and get familiar with this great platform provided to us by the Huey P. Newton Gun Club and their leader, and their founder and leader, General and Commander Babu Omowale. Okay, and we're very thankful to him, the new Black Panther Party, the brothers and sisters of the Huey P. Newton Gun Club. We're very thankful for being allowed to give our show from this platform. The platform was developed to give the Black Power movement a fair voice, a chance where our leadership can be heard about. Since you heard so much about us, you can hear direct from us. Uncle Tom bootlicking, handkerchief head Negroes have went on YouTube and defamed the leadership in the Black Power movement. And this platform is developed to get out the truth. As the Holy Quran teaches, we cast truth and falsehood, and let falsehood have its brains knocked out with the power of truth. And we are in the truth to power war room tonight. So I want to thank, before I go any further, my brother, the Minister of Defense of all Black organizations and Black people, the man that has inspired us taking what is written in the new Black Panther Party and the Black Panther Party platform and inspired to take it to a higher level. General Babu, I want to thank my brother for allowing us on and for being my brother as I have returned to my assigned duty by God and the ancestors as the chairman of this great and mighty organization, the new Black Panther Party. That's why I have to get going. Now, you asked me about economics, but we're going to get into it tonight. And so I'll just open up by saying, my brother, we have been taught in the mid-1980s that politics without economics is symbol without substance. And even though we were taught that in the 80s and we believed that in the 80s, we were taught this by Minister Louis Farrakhan, that politics without economics is symbol without substance. And I can say even Black power politics without Black power economics is symbolic and lacks substance. And so we have had, my brother, over the last 35 years since we've heard that statement, we have had plenty of politics. Mm-hmm. We have had a boatload of spirituality. We have had Black Pantherism. We've seen the Black Panthers here, the Black Panthers there, the Black Panthers everywhere. And we appreciate that. We've seen the gun, the rise of the gun. We've seen Black men carrying guns here, there, and everywhere. We've had the rise of the gun. But we still are not liberated. We still are not where we need to be. So, without knocking any Black groups, I plan to talk tonight and show tonight a higher level of self-determination, a path to a higher level of economic Black nationalism, as well as not compromising on anything else we believe in: resistance, self-defense, education, going after our youth, fighting police brutality. But I plan on coming here tonight in the spirit of the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, even Booker T. Washington and Claude Anderson, and taking the business pedigree that I have, and many of you don't know about, but I'll talk about it tonight. And I pray to God that you'll hear me, because I believe I have something tonight on behalf of the new Black Panther Party that is going to take the entire new Black Panther Party to a higher level, the Black Power movement to a higher level, and if it be God's permission, will take Black people as a whole to a higher level, since we say we are the vanguard. Good evening to those in the listening audience. Black Power.
Okay, so what we want to know concerning self-defense, why do you think that there seems to be an effort to discourage the concept of Black people defending ourselves, specifically whenever we're speaking to young African Americans and young Black people? There seems to be an attempt to obscure that. We always seem to be presented with the king narrative, that the I have a dream, that the nonviolent. Now, what do you think that's about?
They want Black people to be passive. White people want us to achieve our goals and our aims under their restrictions, under their limitations, under their punctuations. They desire us to get free in a manner that's comfortable to them. As Khalid Muhammad has taught us, the Honorable Khalid Muhammad has taught us, and Prime Minister Najib Muhammad of the new Black Panther Party, he will bear me witness. The Khalid Muhammad taught us that the white man has already calculated. He has calculated your demonstration. The white man has calculated your protest. The white man has calculated your outrage. He has calculated your petition. The white man has calculated your letter writing campaign. But the one thing that this cracker has not calculated is you killing his white behind in self-defense. This is what our leader has taught us. And so, my brother, they wanna teach us to be like Martin, or they want to give us a pacified Malcolm, or they want to keep us in the past to believing that, and to keep our people right here on this line to believing that your heroes and sheroes are somehow dead in the past instead of living, walking, and working amongst you right now. That's the white narrative. That's what they call the cracker narrative. Today, not only do they want to deceive you about the nature of our struggle, they want to deceive you, the white man and the white media. They are deceiving us about the nature of what's important at all. They have gotten up into the highest levels of mental manipulation to actually deceive our minds and manipulate our emotional intelligence to actually dictate to us what is important and what is not. And most of the time, they keep us running around like goddamn fools. All right, and this is all a high, as the Bible says, the battle is for the minds and the hearts of our people. It talks about a war that will take place in heaven. And so today, my brother, the enemy deceives us through algorithms. The enemy deceives us through social media. The enemy deceives us that any small time, sidebar, irrelevant controversy by an entertainer is more important than a brother or sister who's giving his life and going in against police brutality and giving that pig and that police system hell. They'll have you believe through the media, through the power of this manipulation, that and have you running in circles. If Jamie Foxx pass, win, or fart tomorrow, it's the #1 story on all of our subject matters. When we talking about how Jamie Foxx passed gas and how offensive that was. And this is the manipulation game that's been played to us while we're dying and being killed, and while we are poor, ragged, hungry, naked, and out of doors. And so it's a struggle right now to get the message and truth of that which is important now, right now. Because that which I'm talking about tonight, I'm here to tell you, my brother, humbly, it's more important than anything on the planet. The implementation and the talk about Black nationalism is as important as God himself, and more important than anything on the 196,940,000 square miles of the planet. It's the most important thing on the planet, the establishment of Black nationalism.
Okay, so you being an attorney, and for those of you who are just now tuning in, attorney Dr. Malik Zulu Shabazz is not just the national chairman of the new Black Panther Party, he is also the founder of Black Lawyers for Justice. What do you recommend for Black people to be doing legally? Say,
Okay,
for example, if
I
I'm
want
not on the
I'm going to answer that, and I want to add something so we can broaden a little bit further. Yes, I'm the chairman of the new Black Panther Party. Yes, I have been a practicing attorney at law since I graduated from Howard University in 1995 and started Black Lawyers for Justice in 1996. Yes, but I'm also, brother, a businessman and a business owner. And I employ Black people. I just came from my meetings today. I have over 44 paid employees that get paid every 2 weeks from one of my companies and one of my businesses. And so I need to let Black people know we talk about business. I'm not talking rhetoric tonight. I'm not talking advice, but I'm talking about hands-on experience that I've had as a chief operations officer and a CEO for now over 16 years. It's time to talk business. Now, back to the law. What Black people need to know legally, number one, is how to deal with the police. That's the number one thing we need to know, is to know the law. Now, my pamphlet in my book, I'm scheduled to re-release this by Thanksgiving. The 2023 version is coming out by the so-called Thanksgiving holiday. What Black people need to know when dealing with the police. And I would say that Black people must know their constitutional rights. They must know basic legal concepts such as reasonable detention, what to do if detained or stopped by the police. They need to know their Miranda rights and what they should be able to say and not say to the police. They need to know how to be quiet. They need to know the rights of the person to film the police, and they have a constitutional right to film the police and how to do it and at what distance, because that's critical to the war and police brutality, is that the effort to film and document the police continues. We must know our legal rights, brother. And so the way we know our legal rights in this movement to this audience, if you don't have another source, I'll be your source. And so if you will stick with me and follow, I have 2 Facebook pages. One Facebook page is Dr. Malik Shabazz, and mainly that is where my lead punch is for the new Black Panther Party and the Black activist Black Power movement. My other page, Malik Z. Shabazz, is my legal page for Black Lawyers for Justice. Follow me there. I'll be re-releasing this. If you email me, put it in the chat room, Mentu or somebody, attorney.shabazz@yahoo.com. Attorney.shabazz@yahoo.com. My dear beloved assistant, Sister Khalid, will send you a copy of our existing booklet. You can have it in your hands right away for free. What Black people need to know when dealing with the police. We'll give it to you. And we have a new one coming out. And then we must know our rights, brother. The Honorable Comrade Dr. Huey P. Newton, who was on his way to becoming an attorney, was firm and became legendary for carrying his gun and knowing his rights under the California law and statutes. I have been criticized for being a lawyer and being the head of the new Black Panther Party. I have been attacked just because I'm a lawyer by some of these bird brain fools out here. But I must say that Huey Newton was trying to be a lawyer and was all about the law. I must say that Malcolm X taught us that he wanted to be a lawyer, but his teacher told him he couldn't be. I've said it before, I say it again, that the Honorable Silas Muhammad, who had the pleasure of attending his Afrocentric Nation conference this weekend with his followers and many others, Dr. Ray Winbush and many other greats were there. My Honorable Silas Muhammad wanted to put Khalid Muhammad to law school. And Khalid, the Honorable Khalid Muhammad, came to me and asked me what was my opinion, and he wanted to do it, but he just didn't have time to do it. So my brother, I'm happy. You know what? Straight up, I have to say this, Black man, on the legal, because I might not come back to this tonight. Brother, I am the most militant attorney in the history of the United States of America, by God's grace. You have not seen an attorney at law take the kind of stand I've taken and say what I said and have done what I have done throughout the hells of America and have that bar license and step in that court to that judge and deal with this and still a frontline activist, hated by the Anti-Defamation League, hated by the Southern Poverty Law Center, have been talked and lied upon by these devils. And so I'm saying that tonight, if you never hear from me again on this subject matter, I'm most proud in the spirit of the Honorable Chokwe Lumumba to be a warrior lawyer and to be able to stand and still effectively, competently represent my clients, help them get justice, fight devils like Dobbins, racist devils like Dobbins in Lexington, Mississippi, going after devils like Carolyn, Bryant.
Yes, we want to get to that. We want to get to that.
All that. Brother, I'm happy to be in this fight and to be able to make a financial living off of it and other things and to help my clients. Brother, I put millions of dollars. I put some millions of dollars in my clients' pockets. And I'm not embarrassed to say I put some in mine and have stood against this enemy. And some niggas, and many niggas in this movement have lied on me behind that. And so I'm happy to say that I have overcome in this hour.
Attorney Shabazz, listen, before we get to Carolyn Bryant, I just have to ask you something. How do you respond to, and of course I'm going to get in a lot of trouble for asking this, not by you, but how do you respond to some of our Moorish American brothers who say that we shouldn't trust Attorney Malik, Zulu, Shabazz, or any other attorney, whether they're black or not, because you all take an oath to the Queen of Elizabeth? Where are they getting that from? I'm sure you've heard.
This can't be the same group that's got the American flag as their flag. You're not talking about them, are you?
I am, sir. You know,
talking about criticizing me. You saying a group that has as their official flag the flag of the United States of America, of which is the red, white, and blue, the red representing the blood of African people shed by America, the white meaning the white man who has oppressed us in America, the blue meaning the Atlantic Ocean we was dragged across, the 50 stars meaning the disparity of justice in America. You mean some of them criticize me for being an attorney? Hold on.
Publicly too.
Public. This is the same group that don't have an attorney, that's always trying to be an attorney because they ain't got an attorney. It's not all of them. Hold on. It can't be. It's not all of them. Some of them are not that dumb, but the ones that are that dumb. This cannot be a group here that upholds the flag of your enemy and your Holocaust perpetrator, saying something about me. And yet they always trying to go into court themselves without a law license. Every one of them I know is trying to play lawyer and say that they know the equal protection statutes or they have some kind of sovereignty aim or goal. And half the time I got a client list of them that I've had to bail out of jail. It can't be them that want to be lawyers and ain't lawyers criticizing me for being a lawyer. God damn it, I took the bar and I passed it on the first time. So goddamn what? What do you want? A white lawyer? What do you want, fool? A white lawyer to represent you? Or do you want somebody who's a fighter? Somebody you can trust? Somebody that at least qualified to go behind enemy lines? I say they're nothing but handkerchief head, butt dancing, bootlicking, half-baked, half-fried, sissified, punctified, homogenized, whitewashed, Americanized, Uncle Tom wannabe Moors, because the real Moor is a blackamoor, and I'm a blackamoor. Black power.
Okay, as we go on now to Carolyn Bryant. Now, your organization had led the helm on going after her. What's up with that case? Tell us a little bit about that.
The case is still on. As long as that white woman is on the planet, the struggle for justice is on. As long as Carolyn Bryant Dunham is living alive in Bowling Green, Kentucky, the struggle for justice continues. Now, I'm an attorney for the family. And so my first obligation would be to be an attorney for the family. Now, Honorable Priscilla Sterling, and I have carried out the first stage of my representation with them. I thank Brother Kareem Muhammad from Mississippi, the local organizing committee for the Nation of Islam, for linking me with the family. Our first goal was to get Dwayne Richardson, the Fourth Circuit District Attorney, to have the sheriff serve the warrant. The warrant was good. The warrant for Carolyn Bryant was just discovered. It was never served. The sheriff was supposed to serve it, and Richardson, because it's his prosecutorial jurisdiction, was to make sure it was served. Instead, Dwayne Richardson, Uncle Tom Dwayne Richardson, went and snuck in the midnight hour and convened his own grand jury without consulting with the family, and he made sure that Carolyn Bryant was not prosecuted, and he got a grand jury to say that a new grand jury to say it wasn't enough evidence. So I must say that right now, that in the legal laboratory, thanks to the good help of my dear assistant and my ally, Brother Momoja Ajabu, the National Minister of Information of the Panther Party, but he's also a member of Black Lawyers for Justice. Momoja Ajabu and I have working. Momoja Ajabu's helping me. And within the next 10 days or 2 weeks, we are going to file in Mississippi a federal lawsuit against Dwayne Richardson on behalf of the Emmett Till family, asking the federal court for injunctive relief, immediate action, based on violations of equal protection, meaning arresting Black people and failing to arrest white people, and especially failing to arrest white people who kill Black people. There will be strong legal action coming forth that by God's grace will force Richardson to arrest Carolyn Bryant.
So
that's representation. Hold on, that's my representation for the family. The Black movement, I'm talking about that civil rights and the civil rights movement. People like John Barnett, people like the Black Panthers, people like activists who were outraged over Breonna Taylor in Louisville, Kentucky. They're saying, hell damn no, is Carolyn Bryant gonna live in Bowling Green, Kentucky in peace? So it's October the 10th. I can tell you this, brother, before that damn turkey is carved, on the holiday, from what I'm hearing, I ain't behind it because I'm just hearing that there's gonna be major First Amendment action on the doorsteps of Carolyn Bryant at her home in Kentucky. From what I'm hearing, before that turkey is carved, there's going to be major Second Amendment action. This word spread all around Kentucky, major Second Amendment action at the home of Carolyn Bryant. That's what I heard.
But listen, Attorney Shabazz, I must
let her escape justice. Now, the 88-year-old participant that led to the murder of Emmett Till, we cannot let her ass go. I don't care if she's 90 years old in a wheelchair.
I was going to bring that up because, Attorney Shabazz, the criticism that many people are raising, including some Black people, not very many, but you have a few specks that are actually mentioning her age. Like, what would be the purpose? What purpose would it serve?
Justice. Old devil got away with 30, 40, 50 years without being in jail. She's out here rolling and chilling. You talking about what purpose would it serve? Justice, suckers. The hell do you mean? They need to make sure she lived to be 110 years old, just so she can be in jail at 110. If she's in jail, they need to put an IV in her damn arm and keep her old ass alive so she can suffer for what she put Emmett Till through. And they damn near tore that man's face off, chopped his body up, and damn near pulled his face off as they threw him in the Tallahatchie River and killed and murdered that man.
And I'm sure you've seen. Now, Attorney Shabazz, I have to ask you, of course, we see the trailer. I think there's either a movie or another show coming out, Till. What's the family say about the, there was a past production several months ago, the miniseries, and then, of course, they actually have a movie coming out based on our brother's life. What's the family saying about that? Are they getting any money from that? What's going on?
What are they saying about it? We talk about the movie Till.
Right, Till, but also the miniseries in this past summer. Are they getting paid from that at all? Are they pleased with it? Are they disgusted with it? What's going on? How do they view either or?
I can't exactly say right now.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that the Till family is appreciative, number one. They're appreciative of the movie and the recognition of the Honorable Mamie Till. That's what the movie Till is about. They are appreciative. And many of them were at the premiere. But overall, I would have to say that all of the people that have been documenting or making movies off Emmett Till, that they have not supported the struggle for justice for Emmett Till or the family in the way that they should. I think that would be a fair statement. But they are appreciative of the support that they have gotten. And I'll leave it at that.
Okay, listen now. Since we've been in America, people have been going buck wild on black people, specifically the police. We know the origin of the police as slave catchers. The new Black Panther Party, like your predecessors, the original Panther Party, took a hard line and is taking a hard line against police brutality. How do black people in America specifically, counter the pandemic of police brutality that doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon or lessening up?
First thing we must know is the nature of the white man. Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad says that white people, Caucasians, come about as a result of a grafting process. That the nature of the grafting process was killing off the blacker, killing off the darker, until it took about 600 years to get the lighter or make the white race. Okay? That's what he teaches. He teaches that it was a process of birth control and genetic engineering that ultimately produced the white race, which was produced based on the killing of black babies. Okay? After all of these years, brother, since I first heard that in the 1980s, I must say, you ain't froze, Sherrod, are you? Did your screen freeze? You might have to come back. Let me continue to answer the question. Your screen froze, Farad. You come on back. My sisters and brothers, after all of these years, when I first heard the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam teaching that Yaqub, that the white man was grafted by a black scientist named Yaqub, I thought it was a wild story. But I must say now that it's the truth. That the white man, you back?
Okay. Yes, I'm back.
And that the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad at their core, you done froze again, are true. And it relates to police brutality in this regard. The white man is born to kill the black man. He comes to in the existence from the murder of Black people. As long as we're in America, as long as Black is in white or connected to white, white is going to kill Black. The Honorable Dr. Francis Cress Welsing has taught us well that the white race is genetically inferior, that the white race is genetically fighting for its own survival. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing teaches us
Black power, I'm back.
That the white race's fear and that the white man's fear is of genetic annihilation. Therefore, his constant struggle is to oppress Black, to beat Black, to kill Black. And he's constantly obsessed with the Black man's genetic power, which the white people fear will drive them from the face of the planet Earth. And so, my brother, the white man picks up his nightstick. He has a long Black nightstick that he loves to beat the Black man with. Dr. Francis Welsing teaches us. Well, why is it a long Black nightstick? He pulls out his Black gun, his Black 9mm to shoot bullets into the Black man. Many of these instruments that the white man uses are symbolic of the Black man's genetic power, which the white man is insanely jealous of. So he's going to always kill the Black man. The white policeman is going to continue to kill Black people at a much higher ratio per encounter, because that's his nature. The nature of the white man and the white police officer is not to reason with the Black suspect. It's not to dialogue. It's not to keep him alive. It's not to give him a chance to run and catch him. The nature of that white cop is to kill the Black man or woman when he can, because by nature, he's a born enemy to the Black man. I know this hurts some of my socialist friends. I know this hurts some of my friends that have white friends here. I know this hurts them, but by nature, the white man is our enemy. Everything in nature, as the Honorable Khalid Muhammad teaches us, has an opposite. Everything in nature has an opposite. The deer, the natural enemy in nature of the deer is the lion or the cougar. Every animal in nature has an animal that's its predator. We as Black people just must stop avoiding reality. The white man is our predator by nature. So ultimately, Brother Farad, our solution is separation. Ultimately, Farad, our solution is a nation of our own. Right now, in the temporary phase, the struggle is resistance against police brutality. Resistance, legal resistance against police brutality. Resistance against police brutality, prayerfully, hopefully, in the form of patrols, which this Black Power and Black self-defense movement is behind schedule on engaging on a national level. Hopefully by patrols that we can put a dent in police brutality in the spirit of Huey P. and Bobby Seale. I want to thank Brother Jay Jackson, West Regional Defense Commander for the new Black Panther Party, for always being on the streets of Las Vegas 24 hours a day, and set the standard in the new Black Panther Party for police patrols. I also want to thank Brother Shaka in Las Vegas of the People's New Black Panther Party with Brother Yakanan Benyam. I want to thank Brother Shaka in Las Vegas for those police patrols. Many good things going on, but these are methods of resistance. But it's a tidal wave of white cops all over the country. So we have to have, my brother, as I said before, we must have education. We must know our rights. You must know how to conduct yourself when you're dealing with the police. Stop believing that if you run from this police officer, that he's not going to shoot you in the back and kill you. As a revolutionary, it's hard for me to say I forbid you to run from the police. I have run from the police. I would limit the law. I say you should only run from the police for revolutionary reasons. These other instances that we're running from the police and getting killed are silly. You out partying, fighting, doing silly shit, dumb shit. You running from the police, you're dead. This is warfare, man. That's a soldier and you a soldier. And so you have to deal with a soldier like a soldier. You're at war when you go out here, when you're dealing with these police. You give them a certain measure of respect as an enemy officer, and you command respect for yourself as a soldier. And then when they cross the line, you have to be willing to die or kill in the process. But we can't be sloppy with the police. You got to be a soldier. The best way to handle this police officer is to be a well-educated, well-trained, well-disciplined soldier that knows that when that line is crossed, that even if you don't have a gun, you can grab one in self-defense from the body of your enemy and take him if you got to take him. But we want to avoid having to do that because another pig can come get you too. So we want to go after. We want to be like Elijah says with the police. We want to do like Khalid Muhammad says with the police and others. We just want to be soldiers. We want to be soldiers. We want to resist. When they kill our people, when the police kill our people, the new Black Panther Party is all by all means. When the people is out there fighting and what they call riot or rebelling, the new Black Panther Party should be in the lead. When these streets is going up and these demonstrations is going up and the struggle is going down in the streets and things are getting hot and the revolution is going on, my expectation is that the new Black Panther Party and the Black movement will be at the center of the disruption and the rebellion against oppression and tyranny in America, because we have the right to resist oppression and tyranny. Ultimately, my dear brother, the one way may not solve it all the way, but one way, unfortunately, that the police brutality is going to end is when we get through seeing 20 Black funerals for 20 Black police victims around the country. If we have to turn on the TV and see 20 white funerals for 20 white cops, I think they'll try to come to the negotiating table at that point, if that happens. I'm not saying I'm trying to make that happen, but I'm like kind of clairvoyant. If that happens, then perhaps negotiating posture could be a little bit better to ease some of this. If it was body bag for body bag.
Okay, now, Dr. Shabazz, for quite some time,
I'm going to let them come in also. Phyllis
okay,
is it, so I know you rocking and
go ahead.
So,
we'll let them come in.
Yeah, I want you to talk economics first, but
Definitely.
then I do go get questions because they're in the chat room.
Okay, no, definitely. We were discussing economics earlier, but you kind of.
Brothers and sisters, if you're on my Facebook, go to YouTube. If you're on my Facebook, sign into YouTube and go to Truth to Power. Put the link back in the chat room, Mentu on Facebook. Put it out there on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, get the link and come off Facebook. Sign into our show, sponsored by Brother Babu and Huey P. He opened this up for us. He opens it up for Brother Amun Tekala Imhotep, the leader of Anubis. He opens it up for Brother Nick Bezel, the head of Elmer Geronimo Pratt Gun Club. He opens it up for my dear brother Taco Wolverine Shakur and his self-defense committee for the freedom of political prisoners. This is our platform. Not for you disgruntled flunkies who have flunked out of the Black Power movement like you flunked out of everything else in your life. This is for graduates and for people who are successful in this movement. I'm talking big talk tonight, and I'm ready to back it up. Let's go.
Okay, so hold on, Dr. Shabazz, just to clarify, we have two guests coming on with us. I believe two guests about to join us.
I don't think so. Who would that be?
Oh, okay, no, I thought you said we had someone else coming in. Okay.
Chat room. They get to, I think, maybe I'm right. Sister Phyllis will know. I think they get to come. Yeah, they should be able to come in and ask questions if they want to.
Right.
Sister Phyllis will arrange that when it's time.
Okay, we appreciate it. Okay, well, listen up. We're going to go to this now. What I was going to say momentarily, for quite some time, you have provided commentary and analysis on the Black community here in America and across the world. And of course, you being a national figure in that, where do you see the Black liberation movement going in the next several years?
It's going to go where we take it. The Black liberation movement, or let me ask you this. You're a wise man. When you say Black liberation movement, what do you mean?
I'm talking about all organizations involved, whether they be nationalists, Pan-Africanists, integrationists, all Black organizations, rather. I'm talking about
40 million and all in between.
New Black Panther Party, Nation of Islam, Urban League, NAN, et cetera, et cetera. Organizations that would be considered activist organizations, rather.
That's an excellent question, Brother Farad. So let's get down to it. The liberation movement is headed where we take it. Obviously, the liberation movement is headed where the leadership takes it, and we can analyze where the organizations are and the leadership is right now to see where we might go. But we won't go forward by happenstance or by accident or by just reacting to whatever the enemy does. If we might go forward in that way, if we go forward in that way, we are going to be going backwards, and we're going to be frustrated if we don't have visionary leadership with a plan, whether it's civil rights, Black nationalist, revolutionary, or otherwise. Okay, so let me give an analysis, a brief analysis. Okay, let's start with civil rights. I think civil rights in general civil rights in general has limited promise, except for a few bright spots.
Okay? Malcolm pointed that out too. The limit.
Not because I choose to cast dispersion on let's just say the National Action Network or the Rainbow Push Coalition or an elected official in this state or state senator or congressman. I'm not knocking any individuals. I'm saying as a philosophy and an ideology that our lives in totality will be changed through the civil rights approach, through the path of pure electoral politics, through the path of being Bidenites or Kamala Harrisites, the path of being in the county Democratic Party, state Democratic Party, and the city Democrats, the path of integrationism, or what I call crumism. That doesn't look promising to me. What looks promising to me in civil rights is a civil rights fighter like my brother, John Barnett, who is a sincere man, because I have a role in civil rights also. As a civil rights lawyer, my legal claims are based on constitutional rights, and the field of law that I pursue against police and other entities is called civil rights law. Well, there's some potential in that. But we just don't have enough lawyers. I mean, I could only tell you how many calls and cases and situations that I need to be involved in that I literally can't because it's an overwhelming burden. So I want to say civil rights and law has some potential. We need lawyers to fight back. The problem in that area is we don't have enough Black men and Black people that want to go to law school. And if they go to law school, we can't get them out of corporate law enough to be able to be over here in this kind of law. Even though if you're successful in this kind of litigation, it can be fruitful. Okay, civil rights in general, a bright spot is like John Barnett. because John Barnett is grassroots. Brother John Barnett is going from city to city, freeing black people from helping get black people out of unjust trials, racist just sentencing. He's doing a great activist job of helping parents and people who are involved in cases and fight on a civil rights level. Mm-hmm. That's great. The National Action Network, my brother, they do great work. I like some of the work they do. In New York City, I must give Reverend Sharpton credit. In New York City, the National Action Network is having some of the more progressive community committees that exist. Somebody's on trial or being mismanaged, they have committees that deal with it. People having problems with their rent in other areas. Those committees of the National Action Network function and deal with it. I've heard about that. I've seen the National Action Network in other cities help out prisoners and those who are incarcerated. I want to be clear that some civil rights work, including the legal work that I do, it's all good work. But overall, the white man is not civil and the white man ain't right. And overall, it's still limited. Okay, that's civil rights. The Nation of Islam. The Nation of Islam, or let's look at the Muslims in general. I'm sorry to say this, Farad, but before I get started, I'm going to count the Sunni Muslims out. As an organizing entity, I'm sorry. Sorry, y'all. Don't get mad at me.
Make it plain.
Sunni Muslims, but there's not one Sunni Muslim-led organization, not one Sunni Muslim leader right now that is known and respected for organizing and standing up for black people, straight up and straight out for black people. So I'm counting the Sunni Muslims out until they give me somebody better. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Nation of Islam. Nation of Islam is a historic organization. Nation of Islam is the most long-standing, probably solid black group that has been rarely interrupted for 90 years. And they have also given us many of the stalwarts of black nationalism. They've given us the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Minister Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Minister Louis Farrakhan, Khalid Muhammad. They've also, their ideology, stemming back from Farad Muhammad, they give us the ideology and the lessons that give birth to the 5%ers and Father Allah, their leader. And the ideology gives us a whole host of benefits. Nation of Islam is important to black nationalism. And that's why, my brother, my book, the book of Khalid, pays careful attention to the struggle for ideology of the Nation of Islam. Because I believe, and my teacher, Khalid Muhammad, believed that the ideology that comes from the Nation of Islam, stemming back to the lessons of Farad Muhammad, the ideology of separation, the ideology of do for self, the ideology that the white man is our enemy and the devil. The ideology is all important. And this book details it. What am I saying about the Nation of Islam? The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is 89. 89. Factually speaking, he is the most successful black leader to get a message out and to have his message received in our lifetime. No black leader in our lifetime over the last 20 or 40 years has been able to get his message out to as many people as Minister Louis Farrakhan. Brother Farad, we're not going to have that. We're not going to have that. Guess what? Malik Zulu Shabazz is making progress and scheduled to make great progress. It is reasonable to predict, probably, that I will not be stepping out here anytime soon and 35,000 fill up my garden to hear me speak. That's probably not going to happen, okay? Might happen, but highly unlikely. There's not going to be another man that come onto the scene specifically like Louis Farrakhan to do what he could do ever. Okay, so that presents two challenges. What will Black people as a whole do without such a spokesman? Well, he's been kind of either ill or not seen for a while. So I guess you could say that we're surviving without that.
He's been popping up on and off.
But he hasn't been like he used to be.
Right, that's right. That's what I say, on and off.
In the 90s, in the mid 90s, up through the Million Man March, and at other points, but certainly at points, and at points since then, but certainly up to them points, he was our voice. When he spoke for us, and either hearing him or coming to one of his speeches was a liberating act in and of itself. Okay, so we're not going to have that. But that's not guaranteed to have just to the nature of time and age. Question would be is what is the future of the Nation of Islam?
Oh, wait a minute. So you're saying, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on now. Turn to Shabazz. So you're then saying now, I don't want to put words in your mouth. Are you saying what others have said, even outside the Nation of Islam, that the organization and its leader has actually taken a forefront at certain points in our history as African Americans?
Say what now?
Are you saying that at certain points in our history as African Americans, Minister Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam have taken a forefront in our struggle? Saying
that, you can see that. What do you mean saying that? Louis Farrakhan, as I point out in my book, the Book of Khalid, the most powerful, when he drew 2 million men to Washington in 1995, that showed that he was the most powerful Black man in America or the world. Matter of fact, they've been having a 1 million man march in Egypt and Zimbabwe and other areas just after that. That one act. What do you mean? So with the forefront, I mean, ain't no more forefront than that. I mean, Congressional Black Caucus. I mean, they were denouncing the 1 million man march, and they peeked out the window. All of these congressional officials, they wasn't with it at all. They was with denouncing Minister Farrakhan till they looked out the window and saw 2 million people out there, and they came out there tiptoeing and buck dancing to get on the stage. So there's no question about that. Minister Louis Farrakhan has had a vanguard or a forefront position for many years. The question we're talking about here now is how will, in the future, potentially, the Nation of Islam will deal with the absence of such a powerful, charismatic figure.
Or Black America, period.
Honestly, even a cult-like figure.
I would say Black America, the chairman, if I may interject, I've oftentimes asked myself how would Black America, period, fend without Minister Farrakhan? That's why I asked the forefront question.
Okay. 1 second. Got to make sure my baby's all right. Black Daddy got to do what he got to do. Okay. All right. We're answering the question right now. Minister Louis Farrakhan has either been ill or not as active, and he's older. So we're doing it right now. Black people, see, you understand, Black was, Black is, and Black shall be. Many leaders have come and many leaders have gone. I'm here now. I was before I came into leadership, and one day I'm going to be gone. Khalid Muhammad was here, gone. John Henry Clark here, gone. Black people will survive. The question is, how will we survive? Now this specific question was, how will we survive? Let's go to the Nation of Islam. Will the Nation of Islam continue to be a vital part of the liberation struggle in the future? Will the Nation of Islam occupy a vanguard or leading position? Will they have a leader? Now that is a serious question. That's in question, because it would appear to me, just from my analytical point, that Minister Farrakhan is such a dominant and strong leader. And because he has not identified a successor, it would appear that the Nation of Islam may be headed into a, unfortunately, that they may be headed into a similar scenario that they did under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who was revered and deified, but he passed without a will. And when he passed without a will and passed without designating specifically who his successor was, then a power grab came in the nation, and the family grabbed it for Wallace, and it all went to hell. And all the nation's vast economic holdings, because there was no will or of the messenger about what will be done with the nation's properties. Unfortunately, those properties and that economic empire fell to his heirs, talking about the mothers of his children or his wives. Okay, so in this case, this Nation of Islam doesn't have as much to worry about in that regard. I don't think there's going to be a fight over the properties or the businesses or the fish, or pardon me, or the fish program or the banks and things like that. That won't be this Nation of Islam's fight. I don't know what their fight will be in. All I'm saying is, number one, I wish them well. I wish them well. I don't know where their future's headed. I don't know if it's Ishmael Muhammad. Let me get clear, going on record. I believe that it would be a combination of Ishmael Muhammad and Mustafa Farrakhan. The minister's top minister and his son would combine to lead the Nation of Islam in the future. The question would be is, can they match in any way Minister Louis Farrakhan's drawing power, organizing power, and could they match the power of that singular personality, which means so much to the Nation of Islam as their divine leader? Can they survive it? Or we may face something similar to what happened under Wallace Muhammad, and we necessarily don't want to face that. Let me conclude the answer to your question, brother. I covered civil rights, Nation of Islam. I don't want to try to break down every other movement. I would say the Afrocentric movement needs new light. We were concerned about that. We've lost Dr. Ben. We've lost Dr. Clark. Honorable Leonard Jeffries has served well. He's up in age. Professor James Small has served well. He's up in age. So when you come to, let's say, the Afrocentric movement, okay, then you have, well, you got Dr. Umar Johnson. I mean, that's his area, where we say that would be his area. Okay, and the question is, what will he do with it? What will he do with it? Will he be taken seriously? Let me just talk straight up and just that field. Give me a second. We're gonna put this on record. Question: Dr. Johnson has shown the ability to get his message out. He's shown the ability better than most in this era to be able to get his message out. Question is, and Dr. Umar Johnson, with a shortage, we honor Dr. Tony Browder. He's great. He's given us great service. He's still on the scene.
I speak to him every day.
A lot. There are many others on the scene. I don't want to knock the others on the scene, but you're talking about the future now. As you talk about the future, we want to see a Umar Johnson that we can take more seriously. He can get his message out. He has talent. He has charisma. And we want to see one that we can take more seriously, so we can get behind it. And we need more scholars. We need more that will write books. You know, Brother Bashir Akinyele, he's a teacher up there at Wikuyak High. I like what Brother Bashir. We need him more. We need him more. We need more warrior scholars. We need more warrior scholars. So to Dr. Johnson's credit, he's one of the main younger ones that is going from city to city and town to town. You know, when we came up in the 90s and 80s, that's what we did. There was no internet and message. We went from city to city and town to town. Okay, so Black Power, we're coming to the end of the question. The future of the liberation movement and Black Power. And so without giving a full analysis, I want to say this. The Black Power is what we make. Black Power and Black nationalism is firmly right now, for better or better, it's in the hands these days of the new Black Panther Party, the Huey P. Newton Gun Club, other Black nationalist self-defense groups that I've already mentioned, and other leaders here around this country, and others that I haven't mentioned. I mean, we understand traditional groups, December 12th movement, the UNIA, others, good groups. Our future as Black nationalists is what we make it. The future, I have a role in this, brother. What I do and how effective my leadership is and what I can produce while I'm in this seat and while I'm on this planet could be critical to the future of Black nationalism itself. And if Black nationalism gets right, that could change the whole equation of Black people if we get it right. In the 60s, it went from civil rights, Nation of Islam, it ended up circling to who? Stokely, Black nationalists, and the Black Panthers. David Hilliard wisely points out, he says that by 1969, Dr. King was dead, and the politics in the Black community was ran by the Panther Party.
Yes.
Stokely, the Panther Party. And I'm here to tell you that that mantle is on us today, that door is open to us today, that Black people in this era have tried plenty of civil rights. They have tried and appreciated a lot of Nation of Islam. And now the Black nationalists and Black power groups must assert themselves and define themselves if they want to be able to grab a hold of Black people as a mass and not be relegated to a side group. So I'm here to tell you that my performance, I recognize that my performance is critical, not just for the Panther Party, for the Black nation. And so as we talk about all the things that I have planned for the Panther Party, I do want to talk about economics.
Yes. Let's get into that. Okay, because you
I'm going to say here that economics.
Or get back into that, rather.
Everybody I named, economics has not gotten the proper attention. That Black economic progress has not been the focus, and that we have missed the economic boat as a whole movement. And I'm hoping tonight to convince you that the economic program that Malik Zulu Shabazz is offering from the new Black Panther Party to the Black nationalists or Black Power movement in the spirit of Marcus Garvey, that this could produce a change, a strong change amongst many other strong changes we've made.
Okay, I got to ask you this now, and to me that was a concise response, or a concise commentary regarding economics. I have to ask you. It seems that a lot of people within the movement have a love-hate relationship with attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz, and we've been seeing recently, I'd say in the past year in particular, via the internet, certain individuals trying to get at you, one in particular who I'm not going to mention, okay? How do you respond to your critics who have accused you of all types of things, ranging from corruption to fraud to being a government agent? And unfortunately, it seems like anytime we disagree with anyone within the Black liberation movement, we feel the need to call someone an agent. I'm saying specifically on the nationalist side. How do you respond to your critics who have been some have been getting at you for, you could say, 3 decades, but specifically over the past year, 3-4 years via the internet? How do you respond to them?
How do I respond to them?
Yes.
I don't, but I'm flattered. I don't respond to them, brothers, because, and I'm flattered. I don't respond to them, and I'm flattered for one reason. I've read the counterintelligence program of the United States government by J. Edgar Hoover. I read where the denial objective of COINTELPRO was to stop the rise of a Black Messiah that could unify and electrify the Black militant groups and electrify our people. I read that a man like me in my position would be attacked by this government because of what I'm doing. So therefore, my brother, I have faced opposition for 30 some odd years, ever since I got started. And it's gotten even more vicious. But I'm hated without a cause. I'm hated without a cause, my brother. I mean, now I'm sincere about this thing. When they come here to fighting for our people and giving my all and giving the best leadership I can and organizing and fighting this enemy and giving up the truth, brother, I can't tell you how sincere I am. But you can measure my sincerity by counting my enemies. Not these little small Black enemies. A tiny midget with a Moorish fez. He looked like a tiny pebble to me. That's how much his criticism looked like, a tiny pebble to me that I need a microscope to see. Nigga's so small. I got big enemies, brother. Okay, so when you want to measure me, ask is what's Malik Zulu? Know my enemies, and they'll tell you who put these Negroes up to attacking me, or you will say, what difference does it make that these small-time Negroes attacking them? Look at who his enemies are. God damn it, the FBI. The FBI wrote me a letter when I asked for my information in my file when I was getting Khalid's information. They said that my file 3 years ago was 55,173 pages. My file from the organization that's designed to stop our rise. Taco know about this. Taco Wolverine Shakur knows about these kind of actions. They said that my file, this little Howard University student, 55,173 pages at that time. My dear brother, my enemies include top devils like Abraham Foxman and the head of the Anti-Defamation League that declared me to be their personal enemy for now 26 years, vowed that they would break me, but I stand strong in this hour. My enemies include the head of the Southern Poverty Law Center, oh no good devil named Morris Dees, and them other no good devils who have declared that I would meet my demise, but on your behalf and our behalf, I stand strong. My enemies include the governor of the state of Maryland, Hogan, who says that he personally followed me and my car in a drone for the 2015 Baltimore rebellion, who went in the paper and said he had me tracked personally by drone for every day of the Baltimore rebellion.
I covered that too.
These include
The
St. Louis Police Department. When I sued the St. Louis County Police Department as a lawyer and got the discovery for my clients who were abused in the riots around Mike Brown, when I got the discovery from St. Louis County, my name was all in the damn police discovery as the man who they was watching for the riots. Brother, I don't give 2 cents for these jackasses talking shit, and they have never been faced. They ain't been to jail. I've been to jail. I mean, I ain't like Taco. I done been locked up for this. I ain't been locked up as long as Mutulu. I ain't been locked up as long as others that have been persecuted. I ain't been dogged out like Balagoon. Free all political prisoners. Free all political prisoners. They suffered much more than me. Free Mumia, man. I haven't been through nothing. When it comes to looking at brothers who are behind bars and the Panthers and the BLA who gave it all up, man. Man, I'm doing this for them. And the hell with these bastards. The hell with them, man. I'm known by my enemies, man. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm perfect enough for this. I'm perfect enough for this, and I can be counted on, goddammit. And anything come against me is from the goddamn white man. Any nigga who come against me, he's working for the goddamn white man. And whether he's directly on the payroll or not, the white man applauds him, because the white man and top white people in high places have declared me their enemy, my enemy. And they are mad, brother, that I'm still successful in the midst of all of that. You don't hear me biting my tongue up here and turning no other cheek up here. But in despite of these attacks, I'm successful. Despite these attacks, I'm living well and living swell. Despite these attacks, by God's grace and commission, I can say the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. That he maketh me lie down in green pastures and leadeth me beside still waters, and he restoreth my soul. I can stand here and say that, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I have feared no evil. For thy Lord thy God is with me, and thy rod and staff have comforted me. And I can bring forth an economic plan tonight, but from doing it. Not from charity. Ain't nobody gave me no money. I rip off no man. I rob no man. I've taken out a dime. I've given y'all hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've given hundreds of thousands of dollars to this movement. Despite coming under attack, all my law partners, everybody in the middle class, say, leave these people alone. Go on out here and go on and make you some money and do something for yourself. Don't fool with them people. This is what the middle class say. I say, get ye behind me, Satan. You don't know my daddy. You don't know my grandfather. You don't know Hashim and Zinga. You don't know Khalid Muhammad.
So what we're going to ask now, Attorney Shabazz, if you don't mind, we want to try to see if we can take questions from our viewers. Is that okay with you at this point?
As long as we don't get off this economic program. Now, we didn't talk
okay. Right, definitely. Okay, now let's get back to economics. Let's get
to Phyllis.
What is somebody
the diagram? Yeah.
Okay, so
and let's get to it.
Okay, right now someone says we have new requests to come in, or we have no requests to come in.
Let's do this.
Go ahead.
Bring up the clothing line for the new Black Panther.
That's what I wanted to get into, but I'm reading something here. I guess she'll come on when she's brought on. Okay, you know what? Fine. We're gonna. Okay, so fine until she gets here, Attorney Shabazz.
Hold now. Hold on. Let me try to make sure that we get the we got to get our exhibits in. We're talking material facts and proof about what we're doing here right now. Mentu, you help me out. I don't know how to get up on here with the website. Hold on, sister. All right, yeah, I'm ready to put a few things up on the board. All right, thank you. Okay, she's coming. Okay, let's talk. She's coming now. Let's talk dollars and cents and the importance of economics.
Yes, please. Let's do that now. About this clothing line that the party has introduced. You know, I've seen the website. Good stuff. Good quality stuff. Okay, let's bring it up. All right.
Woo!
Yeah, that looks right and exactly on point. Tell us a little bit about it, Attorney Shabazz. What's going on here?
All right, sisters and brothers who are watching, I'm pleased to announce and publicly announce the new Black Panther Party clothing line. The new Black Panther Party clothing line and our new effort of doing for self. We as a party and I as the chairman are leading our organization and helping to lead our movement in the way of self-determination and self-sufficiency. My sisters and brothers, we must sell to ourselves, supply ourselves, and we must buy from ourselves and produce for ourselves. So the first step in this, brothers, to create the new Black Panther clothing line. And the clothing line means that the Panthers buy from themselves their uniforms and their gear. We don't buy from the white man, we buy from ourselves. And therefore, we're building our own corporation as an organization. that is moving towards employing and supplying our people with residual income, and we as a party are clothing ourselves. Okay, you see our boots? These are from New Black Panther Clothing Company. They're competitive, certainly competitively priced. They are waterproof. They are the highest quality. And slow down for a second. Slow down. You're doing good, Queen, but let's actually back up to the top for a minute. I like that. Well, we rocking. Let's give Brother Mintu. Come back up to the top a little further. You're doing fine. Brother Mintu, I want to thank here, who's helping me in this whole project. Brother Mintu, I want to give him the strongest of applause. This is Mintu's graphic work mixed with my desires and business vision. Okay, so we're into the clothing company now. But before we get into the specific items, Farad, we want to talk about the concept. We're saying the Black Power movement wears fatigues, wears battle dress uniforms. The Black Power movement wears boots. The Black Power movement wears, the New Black Panther Party wears these things, but they have never supplied these things to themselves. And it's hypocritical to keep saying Black Power, and as soon as you even got to buy your Black Power uniform, you go right to the white man to get it because you're not even selling nothing black. That day is over, and the day of economic independence for the Panther Party has arrived. So we are selling our uniforms to ourselves. We're selling our boots to ourselves, but we're selling these other items to the whole Black public. Let's stop right there. I want to be clear on this. This is not just gear for the New Black Panther Party. That would be much too limited. There are some things that are for the Panther Party only. These patches, for example. You cannot just buy the patch. If you're a party member, you can buy the patch. But if you're public, you cannot just buy our patch and wear our patch.
That's right.
But that's where it ends. If you want to buy the shirt, the public is welcome to wear the shirt because the objective of the Panther Party is to put that cat all over America. That cat right there is ingrained in the minds and hearts of our people. That panther makes Black people militant, and it makes them strong when they see it. And our vision and my vision is that I want 1 million Black people at least. I would be happy with 5 million wearing that shirt and wearing it proudly, because every era I've been in, it never played out. It never, somebody didn't want to wear it. In every era, the only problem was it wasn't available. And now it's available, and I'm telling you, and you'll never see me again if you don't see this shirt available. Because we're going into production and we will not stop. I got a warehouse. Okay, so this is the shirt. This is made different. Hold on, the Queen right there. That's what I said. I'm talking to some Panthers. This is for Black people. Not just for you. This ain't no little cult. It's just for us. We just us. That's why it ain't no too many of us. Because you want to keep it just for us. A few, just some. My vision, Brother Farad, is to spread the revolution through culture, fashion, and clothing. And that the more people is wearing our shirt, the more people gonna see it and gonna ask how to join the party. When you go on New Black Panther clothing line, there are links to get back to the main webpage, newmbpp.org, to join the party. This is for Black people to wear. Let's come on up here. This is our clothing line. I'm so proud of this, I couldn't tell you what to do. We have a warehouse here, right here in Washington, D.C., a national warehouse. I'm stockpiling. I'm going to tell you straight up, I done put some thousands up to get the warehouse right, to get the boots in-house, to get the shirts stocked up in-house, to get the BDUs we have in-house, long sleeve shirts for the winter in-house, two-piece jogging suits, hold it right there, in-house. This ain't no cheap materials, as Khalid Muhammad say, the twins, Polly and Esther. This ain't no damn polyester sweatsuit, polyester shirt. They had an option. They asked me, you want 50% cotton, 50% polyester? I say, hell no. I don't want no shirt that's going to be shriveled and looking all funny the first time you put it in the wash. 100% cotton. What about the sweatsuit? You know, you can get the sweatsuit for cheaper if it's part rayon.
I was about to ask about the sweatsuit. I love it.
100% cotton. 100% cotton. Because new Black Panther clothing, we're going to be known for our quality. Known for the quality and customer service. I got a meeting when I get off here tonight with the staff. The number one goal here is customer satisfaction, customer quality, customer service from the new Black Panther business department. Oh yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see y'all wearing this. So we have, my sisters and brothers, stop right there. We have the tactical boots, not just for the Panthers, all of you soldiers. Come on, brothers. You want your boots, you want to get them? No need to look around. No need to try to get them from your enemy. You get them from the brothers and sisters who are fighting your same cause. Get them from us, a black source. We'll get you a pair of black boots back. The BDUs, well, they come plain. We outfit them with the patch for the Panthers that qualify for the patch, but the BDUs are plain. Respectfully, Huey P. Newton, Geronimo Pratt, all you boot and fatigue and boot wearing folks, buy them from us. Put your own organizational label on, but get them from us. We are for you, man. We're fighting to lead the way and to show everybody we must become self-sufficient and produce for ourselves. So yes, our brother, we have them, and we selling them with our label in them. Right, our own uniforms from our own company. And guess what, Farad? Guess what? Soon we're going to start making them ourselves.
I was about to ask you that.
I'm into the technology right now. Soon you will see these uniforms made in Black America from the sewing machine. And then we're going to make them not with just the European designs. We're going to make some of these military uniforms with African designs.
Yes, sir.
But right now, these are ours in our warehouse. That's going to our people from our source, from our black clothing company.
Oh, hold on 1 second. I just saw the sister in the t-shirt. Who was that? Oh, no, never mind.
Yeah, let's go to the young sister. I got to say something else about these shirts.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother.
Fashionable. We have to be fashionable. Let's go to this queen here, young lady
yes,
here.
Yes, please.
She's down here. Let's click on her photo.
There we go.
Can I say something?
Sure. Yes, sir. Go ahead, Brother Chairman.
My brother, we are here to inspire a revolutionary culture.
Yes, sir.
Black women are fashionable. They don't necessarily want a big, bulky t-shirt all the time. Black women who are in shape, they want a certain kind of shirt.
Well, I love black women. Yes, sir.
Time, they want a crop top. Did you hear what I said?
Yes, sir.
I said when summertime comes, black women want certain kinds of shirts fitted or fashionable for what they wear. And we're going to give it to them. We want black women in general to be able to wear our fashion appropriate, and there's nothing wrong with being sexy. Did you hear what I said? I said appropriately. There's nothing wrong with being sexy. I don't want to all the time. Sometimes, yes, but I don't want to all the time see my black women in big husky boots and fatigues all the time. Black power?
Black power.
The Honorable Khalid Muhammad taught me that you have to have good-looking and attractive women in your organization. That's what's going to make the brothers want to come even more. Anyway, we got fashions that are fashionable, that fit certain body types. We have them for curvy. You just showed the curvy. We got the BBL shirts. We got them for CV sisters that's either BBL and the sisters that got their waist snatched. Yeah, y'all try to act like y'all don't know this. Y'all so right exactly what I'm talking
That's
about.
Talk about it. Make it plain, Brother Chairman. That's right. Make it plain.
We got them for all types of queens and all types of body styles, which make up the tapestry of the Black nation.
No, Brother Chairman, I love the diversity. You know, you're actually showing the diversity specifically as it regards Black women. I love the diversity, but not leaving anyone out when it comes to sisters.
No, that's right. That's right. We don't want to leave our people out, brother. Fashion. I will say this. I'm working with the son of Dr. Khalid Muhammad, Brother Far Gray.
Mm-hmm.
This is just the beginning of, let's stop right there. This is just the beginning of the clothing line, the new Black Panther line. There's another line that we're coming out with next week, the Black Power line. It has the cat, but it's a little bit different. It doesn't say New Black Panther Party. It says Panther Power, Black Power, meaning that everybody that want to wear new Black Panther is going to be able to buy Black Power gear from the new Black Panther Party. Did you hear what I said? I said the public can buy this, but the public that don't want to have new Black Panther Party on it are going to have some of the gears just going to be the Black Power line just for them. Black Power?
Black Power.
Let's go. See what else we got here. Got plenty of shirts, hoodies, shirts to boots. And let's just leave the whole screen up with all the products. I can't wait.
I'm a hoodie man. I love the hoodies.
And we're going to rock these hoodies, man. The Panther is a culture.
Yes.
It's not just an organization. Panther. It's a revolution.
Belongs to the people.
As long as we don't bastardize the culture, when the people start wearing it, it's going to give them a revolutionary mindset. And what is it going to do, brother? It's going to make this revolution more trending. I hate to even say trendy, but trending. When this goes to the masses, this is designed to go to the masses. I got some experts coming on board to get us there. So I want to stop here, my brother, and say something. Brother, I am impressed. Black Panther clothing line. And
I love it.
I'm impressed,
I was on the website the other day.
That's right, brothers and sisters. And we putting up to, there's some thousands of dollars going into getting this going, brother. Some thousands.
I got to ask you a question. Hold on. I have to ask you a question, Attorney Shabazz. Is anyone allowed, are you going to do anything like regarding wholesale, if someone wanted to order from the company to sell it?
Yes, my brother. Here's the big vision. Here's the big vision now. This is the beginning. This is to show you all that a Black organization can and will do for self. And I must let you all know, I will not be retreating from this. That we are going to buy, sell, and trade with each other, and I will be uncompromising and fanatical on it. And that's it. Okay, now let's look further. Because contrary to popular opinion, I am a socialist. I'm just a socialist that believes in working.
Yes, sir.
Socialist supposed to mean a laborer. I'm laboring here, right? Look, I'm laboring and making this investment here, not so that Malik Zulu can make anything. Maybe one day I will. That's not my objective. My objective is to put this party in a positive economic posture and position with what I have and from my experience to make us productive. Okay, I'm laboring so that we will have some economic opportunity and betterment for all in the party, and so that it's not just a few of us that have money, homes, and a good standard of living. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm looking for that for every Panther member. every Panther that's watching this, my desire is to put you in an economic mindset is that I will do for self, buy for self, and sell for self. So yes, brother, we have wholesale retail plans for retailers. Call us, contact us. Go to our website and contact us. Brother Mintu will get back to you. We have a wholesale retail program for all of our gear. We have a national New Black Panther sales team and a Black Power sales team that is going to help sell this gear all over the country. Many of them are in the party, but some are not. They're coming aboard as a national sales team. Well, what is the sales team going to do? They're going to be able to sell these products online, Farad. Just say they don't have any in hand. Just selling it online, pushing it online. In short time, our sales team are going to have their own web portals on our web portal. They're going to have their own management site. Better hear me good now. And every time that they push the link from their site and their portal and some of our product, some dollars is going to come back to the salesman as residual income.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes, I did.
Brothers and sisters who participate in the sales program, that when they're going to get themselves a web portal and a mini website, and as they help sell the gear, some of the residuals are going to come back into their account for all of the gear so that everybody can join the sales team. What does that mean, Farad? That means that instead of just posting all day and no economics behind it, which is equivalent to all talk and no money. Now, every time the brothers and sisters is posting and posting and posting, after that post, they click in the link to the clothing line, clicking the link to their parts of it.
Yeah.
Where it's coming back to where it come to us, and they got code number 372, and 372 is brother Ahmad Muhammad, and Ahmad's 37 adding up to $372 a month, because every time Ahmad posted, he got some kind of credit for it and got his residual for it. So he wasn't just running off at the post. He was doing black business and economy every time he put the damn post up. That's the vision right now. And not only does it grow the party and everything on the top level, but the man pushing it on the ground right now gets his part. How? Let me give you another.
Is that my hold 1 second? Is that my end? Attorney Shabazz, can you hear me? You apparently have frozen. Hello, is that me? 1 second, I got to see what's going on. Oh, his Wi-Fi went out. Okay, family, can you all hear me? Black Power? Okay, it's the chairman's computer. Okay, it's not on my end. We're going to work to bring him back. I'm quite sure he's going to sign back out. Okay, family, I just got a text. The chairman, he'll be coming back momentarily. For those of you who are just now tuning in, I'm Dashan Farad. We're welcoming you to the New Black Panther Party's weekly night political education class, Black Power. Thank you, Brother Amin Ra. I appreciate it. When we last left off, Attorney Shabazz was speaking about the economic program of the New Black Panther Party. And before us on the screen is the website to the organization selling clothes. The organization's clothing website, pardon me. And so he was explaining how you can actually make money from selling these products, this clothing. Of course, Attorney Shabazz and the organization are following in the footsteps of Marcus Mosiah Garvey and Elijah Muhammad in terms of establishing a national economic program for African Americans. And I'm quite sure he was getting ready to go into speaking about international trade something that Garvey and Elijah Muhammad definitely place emphasis on. So we thank you very much for joining us. We have maybe 7 more minutes. Hopefully he'll open the floor to questions. I want to shout out certain people in the room. Uh, Brother Minister Prince Najee Shaka Muhammad, Cleveland, Ohio's own. I'm not saying he's in Cleveland now. He's the prime minister of the new Black Panther Party for self-defense, a strong soldier. He's very well known. We spoke about Minister Farrakhan. Minister Farrakhan definitely knows our brother. And of course, Najee grew up in the Nation of Islam, another student of Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad during his tenure as the national chairman of the party. We have Sister Nazira Shabazz. Of course, I shouted out Amun Ra Hotepu. I'm a member of ASCAC, the Association for the Study of Classical African Civilization. Are we back, Attorney Shabazz?
We're back. All right, so let me slow down. I know I've been rapping a long time. Oh, crap. Okay, I know I've been rapping. Mm-hmm. All right, I've laid the base.
Yes, you did.
To it. What I'm trying to say, there's much more to what I'm saying with the economy and the... Look, y'all come ask me questions, but let me get this off before we do. Let me tell you this, brother. So there's a residual income plan. There's a residual income plan coming. Residual income plan coming for party members to make money online with the clothing company. Another part of this plan is that there are Panthers who have different items for sale around the country. They've been trying with their little programs to get their gear sold or their products sold, right? They're going to be incorporated into this plan. If they have, and not just these kind of items, other items. If you're in the party and you have good product, if you're in the party and you can be relied on to ship competently and verify your shipping, we will include your products in our product lines and stores, and we will help you sell your gear all over the country as this thing is getting ready to be advertised and pushed all over. If you're a salesman, if you're in the Panther Party and you need help distributing your products, we're going to let you join the economic team because we want your products to be sold as well. Okay, that's one point. Another thing before I open up, I want to say this. We just had a tactical meeting, a tactical defense meeting last night. I want to give a shout out to National Minister of Defense, Brother Major Black. I want to give a shout out to Brother Daryl Hawkins, the Field Marshal. I want to thank the National Weapons Trainer, Brother Kwesi. I want to thank Abdul Aziz. I want to thank in Mississippi, also UEP. I want to thank Brother Stanley. We got so many people that's just in both groups. So good to be family. Brother Stanley, though, weapons trainer, commander for the Central region. Brother Yasu, Western region. We were on last night. Brother Zion from the New Black Liberation Militia used to be, now he's a Panther in Jacksonville. Shout out also to Mikhail Muhammad, my brother, national spokesman. Love you, Brother Mikhail. Prince Najee Muhammad, and hope I'm not missing Brother OC from Washington, D.C., and Brother Nehemiah. All of the defense commanders was on, and we want to make sure that everybody's in the dry fire class. The dry fire class this Thursday. National dry fire class for everybody, not just Panthers. Is this Thursday. Ahmad, put your phone number in the chat in YouTube and on Facebook. Because I think Ahmad's number is 850 something, 372 8 something. Anyway, dry fire training. We were in the dry fire meeting. We want to make sure everybody comes to the training. It's going to be a critical training on gear, equipment, and dry fire, sponsored by the commanders I just named. It's on every Thursday at 9 Eastern. Okay, this is the new Black Panther Defense Corps. You ask where we going? Well, the new Black Panther Defense Corps is going big places. And every week they're conducting weapons education and dry fire training online, as dry fire training is critical to actual performance. Well, we had a talk yesterday about the tactical gear, okay? Tactical gear beyond this gear. And so what I want to say is, I hope they can hear me. Somebody said they couldn't hear. Nobody else is saying that.
Coming in loud and clear.
I want to say that this is what's coming. You see what we have, sisters and brothers. That's at least 10 products we have now. Coming are tactical belts. New Black Panther clothing and uniforms are going to be offering tactical belts. New Black Panther clothing and uniform is going to offer certain kinds of tactical equipment, such as armor-plated vests, which are standard. We are going to offer them. Brother Farad, are you ready?
Yes, copy that.
Within 1 year, there will be a new Black Panther gun store in America. Did you hear what I said?
Copy.
There's going to be a new Black Panther firearms and ammunition store that is going to be able to ship or lawfully ship for anywhere in America. Okay, but right now, coming within the next 2 weeks, we're going to offer certain tactical gear from NBPP Clothing. Okay, guess what else, Farad, is coming within the next 30 days? Within the next 30 days, new Black Panther toilet paper is coming. New Black Panther toilet paper coming for Black people, so they can buy from Black people. If you gotta wipe it, you might as well wipe it from a Black source and stop giving your money away to the white man. Coming in 30 days, brother. New Black Panther deodorant.
I was going to ask about the deodorant.
Black Panther deodorant. You mark my words, and it's going to see it, and you're going to see it with our label on it. New Black Panther lotions. New Black Panther soap, lotion. New Black Panther soap, new Black Panther lotion, new Black Panther deodorant, and other personal hygiene products similar to what you saw from Clean and Fresh in the mid-1980s. It's coming out again in the Black Panther line with the Black Cat label on it. And we are going to provide it and distribute it across America. We're buying our own. We're buying our own silk screen, and we're buying our own printing press. This is part of what I'm trying to do for us as a party and a movement in the spirit of Marcus Garvey, Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and what Khalid Muhammad has taught us, and trying to move towards self-determination. Let me take some questions from any source. Anybody chime in. I don't know how they're going to ask, but if they do, I'm ready to hear it. Oh, I forgot this. No, I can't stop without this. Right now, brother, there's a sales program, part of the new Black Panther economic program, that involves this book. This book sells, and it sells. When sold, it sells. You can type the question, please type it, and then maybe you'll read it or Farad will read it from the chat. Type it in the chat here on YouTube. If you got to get the YouTube link, y'all, we're going to read from YouTube tonight. The YouTube link is in the Facebook chat. If you're a Panther, you can get in on the sales team. You can sell the book of Khalid, our leader. The book sells for $40. If you sell the book online and you sell it under your product code, every Panther that sells the book can have 8 per book. Every book that the Panther sells of this book, which is one of a kind and sells, every time you sell the book, you get $8 going to your account from the new Black Panther economic program. And Brother Mentu's gonna put this up in the clothing store and the main site tonight. It's selling, but I don't just want the sales money. I want you to have it, and I want you to spread the word of our teacher, and I want Black Panthers, brother, with books for knowledge and selling knowledge around America. I want them with papers, selling them for $3 and only had to give up 75 cents for it. Now, like the Muslims used to be, getting that paper money, getting that book money, getting that clothing money. And I want you pushing the program with a pocket full of money and a mentality that I'm going to be a revolutionary that's self-sufficient so I can put gas in my car, pay my bills. And then I'm going to start thinking bigger as a Black Power businessman. Black Power?
Black Power.
Now that to me is socialism because it means everybody having some more. Everybody broke ain't socialism. Everybody broke getting some of it is my kind of socialism. Black Power. Now let's go. Come on. Any question, all question. Attack me if you will.
Yes, right. We're waiting for questions.
All right. So none here. Go in the face. Okay, fine. Let's read. You on Facebook too?
Oh, actually, here. Let me go to Facebook right now. One second.
You should be in here on YouTube, but you can read a question from the Facebook chat if you need to.
1 second. Okay, wow. We have actually quite a few comments. Hold on 1 second. I
want questions now. I want to know what are the questions. Anything pertaining to the Panther Party, anything pertaining to me.
Travis,
specifically on economics.
Brother Travis Young wants to know, how about transportation? Trucks, vans, and buses for us. It's a lot of us in the party who have their CDLs.
I want to talk to you. I don't know exactly how it would work, but it sounds like something we need to be doing. And I know many Panthers is driving them trucks. And we need to talk. We need to talk. Because I'm open to talking about helping us unite as an economic team and becoming known for Black Power economics. So I want to talk to you, Brother Travis, and all of the other truck drivers. All right? Okay? Because, my brother, I have a proven track record in business. You know, they be spreading rumors around, but sometimes they spread the wrong ones. He got money. Well, he got money. Okay, well, let's just say that's true. How did I get money? Nobody gave me a donation. I'm not blessed like the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. My followers don't give me nothing. And I don't ask for nothing. I don't even get dues. That's due. I don't get nothing. I don't get a plane ticket. I don't get gas. I don't get a thank you nothing. I don't get nothing and still do the job. So how did I get some money? It wasn't from preaching. I get money from because I'm a successful businessman and I know how to manage a business. I know how to manage employees. I know how to size up that revenue. And I know how to take care of business. I know how to produce W-2s on the other end for the people working with me. People working with me get W-2s. They get 1099s. They feed their babies. They feed their children.
Mm-hmm.
That's from the economic of me as an individual. I'm here to just try to share it with y'all, man. This is for y'all. So come on, Brother Travis. My email is attorney.shabazz@yahoo.com. attorney.shabazz@yahoo.com. I want you to email me if you say you're progressive in business. Don't email me asking me for no loan. Don't email me or contacting me asking me to pay your light bill. My phone is off. I'm gonna look down on you for being goddamn broke. I'm not favorable to giving up money. I'm favorable to people that work and want to work for more money.
Travis said
he come to me, he asking for a loan. I say, I give you a job. I give you a job. Jesus say in the scripture, if I give you a piece of fish, you'll eat for a day. If I teach you how to fish, you'll eat for a lifetime. Call me when you want to do real business and you want to work. Because I'm out of the bank of Shabazz is closed for going in deficit, giving away money. But the economic Shabazz is open for talking with people who want to work and labor and do business and be self-sufficient. My line is open. Go ahead.
Brother Amir Abdul Hakim Ali, he says, we need a Van Dung conference and it must be solution-based. How do we bring this about without it being everywhere? Specific people to attend.
I want brother to weigh in with me. I don't want to be cynical with you, brother. When you say you want a Bandung conference, where you speak of, we get this from Minister Malcolm X, who used to teach us that there was a Bandung conference of all international revolutionaries that met, and they all met about ending colonialism and Western imperialism. And I forgot what country it took place on, but we get it from Malcolm X, and we get it from that famous speech, Message to the Grassroots. Am I right? Okay.
Yes.
My brother, if you're speaking right now to revolutionaries from all over the world getting together, and I think you said that it needed to be narrowly focused.
He's saying he actually answered he said he's speaking about all Black groups within our sphere of influence.
Okay, well, you mean by sphere, do you mean sphere of influence to the United States, or do you mean that all Black groups that are revolutionary? Because when you speak to a Bang Dung conference, you ain't talking about inviting the Rainbow Push Coalition. And you ain't talking about inviting the county commissioner from Forsyth, whatever it is, Fulton County. You're talking about inviting people that are against white world supremacy, against capitalism, against what this white man is doing, and you're talking about revolutionaries. So I would say this, my brother, without assuming too much. I, Malik Zulu Shabazz, as the chairman of the Panther Party, am for a 22 Bang Dung conference. I speak for this party and say that our philosophy is revolutionary, Pan-African, Black nationalists. Revolutionary, Pan-African, Black nationalists. And I think I need to clear this up too, Farad. We are Black nationalists first. We are Black nationalists first. Every Black nationalist is a Pan-Africanist, but we're Black nationalists first. I know that there's this big debate going on out here. Some are saying that the brothers and sisters from Africa, they are not our brothers. Brothers and sisters from Africa sold us into slavery. We don't need to pay any attention to Africa. I know there's some shuffling and timing going on out there. Some are saying, well, I'm a foundational Black American. I'm a Black American. Now, we all agree on reparations. If you for reparations, we agree on reparations and reparations.
Mm-hmm.
However, Minister Malcolm X and Khalid Muhammad and Stokely and our greats teach us, and we know for a fact that we are not Americans. We don't call ourselves Americans because that is counter-revolutionary and that is backwards. What you're saying, now if you said that you was a foundational Black people, I'm from the foundational Black people. I'm from the foundational Black nation. I can rock with you because I rock with you on reparations. But I'm not no Uncle Tom trying to somehow fit in America. Well, I'm a foundational Black American. Well, I'm a white American. Well, we're all Americans. The hell am I? America is the enemy of the Black man and the Black woman and has crushed the Black man and Black woman. So now, but we want to make the point that we are Black nationalists. And our first obligation above all obligations is to fight for Africans and Blacks who are here in America. When I say Africans, Africans born in America. The Black man and the Black woman, the lost found of the West, our people are first above all. We can't be hollering, I'm gonna free Tanzania, I'm gonna free Nigeria, I'm gonna free South Africa. And the noose is around our neck right here, and we ain't even took the noose off of our neck right here, as Khalid Muhammad teaches us, but we somehow claiming you're gonna free somebody over the lion. You can't do nothing for nobody over there. You haven't even done what you're supposed to do for yourself right here. So the Black nation here in the West is our primary and first obligation, but this is not an anti-African philosophy. This is not a philosophy where we speak against Pan-Africanism. We speak against African brothers and sisters. No, we are for all, ultimately for all the Black nations everywhere. Black nation in Jamaica, Black nation in South America, Black nation wherever we find them around the planet, called African nationalism on the continent. Ultimately, we do believe that all 2 billion Black or African people must unite in order to pool all of that vast resources that's ours together, and to put our vast human capacity and military abilities together. And ultimately, that would be the way to bring about the end to white world supremacy, the end to white world capitalism, the end to neocolonialism. It's through all 2 billion of us getting together ultimately. But this is our priority. Black nationalism means we are a Black nation right here. Nationalism means we're moving towards a nation, but we're engaged in nationalist type activity, self-determination type activity. Nationalism means here in its most rudimentary form means defining, defending, and developing for our people. Tonight, we're talking about developing an economic program for Black organization, the Panther Party, Black people here in America. Defense program for Black peoples right here in America. This is the program of the Panther Party. Economic program, a defense program. This is focused on our people right here. But makes no mistake about it, we are for our people everywhere, and we're not denying it. But we're also first right here, right here. And we are for full and complete reparations, as we just went over with the conference with the Honorable Silas Muhammad, his Afro-descendant nation.
Mm-hmm.
We are for our fighting for our rights and our rate, and for fighting for our cause right here. But we're not no damn Americans, and we ain't wearing no red, white, and blue damn patches and signs and trying to buck dance and bootlick so that we can hook up with America. We are taught that God is going to punish America for what America has done to us. That's what we taught about America. Black power.
Black power. Okay, let's see. Someone is asking you, in fact, I'm glad someone brought this up. I meant to do it earlier. Sister Lakeisha, I'm sorry if I'm saying her name correctly. Sister Lakeisha Washington is asking, can you speak on the Black Defense Committee for political prisoners?
Okay. Our dear brother, the Honorable Brother Taco Wolverine Shakur. That's what I said. And I know he has some enemies. And I want to tell Brother Taco's enemies that he has a friend in Malik, Zulu, Shabazz, and goddamn his enemies. Now, yeah, I said it. I've known Brother Taco Wolverine Shakur for a long time. And when Khalid Muhammad passed, and the new Black Panther Party needed allies. It wasn't but one Panther group out there that and a comrade that embraced me and showed love to me and supported for us, and who was hard, who I liked and admired. That was Taco Wolverine Shakur. And none of that crap that they have said about Brother Taco is true. It's all because the same enemy that I described that had been after me is verified fact to have been after him and locked him up and set him up. So Black Power. Black Defense Committee is support political prisoners. This is a political prisoner program that the Panther Party is participating with all the Black groups, and we're all coming together to support political prisoners. I have been stymied as an attorney from helping political prisoners because of the antipathy towards the new Black Panther Party from some members of the political prisoner community, and infighting between the originals and BLA and the new Black Panthers. So the help, Brother Farad, that I probably could have given many political prisoners was because they didn't want us to gain political momentum. So it was hands off Attorney Shabazz. And it could be said hands off Attorney Shabazz while certain political prisoners suffered. Okay? But be that as it may, we thank God for Brother Taco because he is dedicated to helping us help. So we're back to helping. Okay, so the Black Defense Committee is an alliance of Black power groups that moves in the spirit of the Black Panthers of the 60s. I hope and they put this up in the chat, cut and paste and throw it in the chat, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
The Black Self-Defense Committee is an alliance of Black power groups that moves in the spirit of the Black Panthers of the 60s. It is primarily concerned with political prisoners, both old and new, unjustly imprisoned Black people. When needed, it will cover other diverse political activities like armed formations. We will, to help our political prisoners, old and new, we are going to engage in letter writing campaigns, commissary, phone banks, legal assistant, lawyers, and lawsuits. Hello. KKK Court Watch Program, medical aid, birthday cards, books to prison program. Hello. We sent a load last time. We ready to send some more. Basic literature, study compassion, pardons, clemency type releases. I hope y'all seen my clemency petition for Brother Kenneth Hogan, who's locked down in Eastern Correctional Facility in New York. It's on my pages. I need y'all to sign clemency for support for Kenneth Hogan. I need Sister Khalid to put it in the chat room. The petition and the press release for clemency for Kenneth Hogan, who I'm, as his attorney, fighting for, who's gone on and got his degree behind bars and is deserving of release. He served 90% of his sentence. I did it for him. What am I saying? If I did it, fought for him, I can help fight for others. I did the legal application work and wrote directly to the Clemency Board on his behalf as his attorney and to the governor of New York, Kathy Hochul. I'm working on clemency for Hogan. He's not a political prisoner, but he's a Black man I want you to support. But Brother Taco is raising an important point here in point number 10. Pardons and clemency releases. This is work that can be done by us as a unit and is a must work because it's an ethical work because these brothers and sisters have given their lives up for us. There are other points here. Education, exposure of the abuse that's going on behind bars, exposure of foul living conditions. We're talking free Ozone Wallace, man. Free Ozone Wallace, supporting Ozone Wallace. We're talking about Rakeem Balagoon, him needing support. Hands off Rakeem Balagoon. We're talking about Brother Hannibal, who we've had fundraisers before, and we're fighting for his release in this hour. Brother Hannibal Rushadeen, before this broadcast is over, even after it's over, put the information on how to write Brother Hannibal in the chats, YouTube and Facebook. Put the information on how to write by Rakeem Balagoon in YouTube and the Facebook. Grandmaster J, put his information in the chat room and in the book. Yeah, I said it. Grandmaster J. And all my brothers in the NFAC, don't give up hope. We love y'all too. And everything I say, the same dog bites you, bite us too. You're a part of this too. I'm going to go back and make sure I come back after the broadcast and punch it in, or get my helpers to punch in how to write Grandmaster J. He's in prison. And all of you who march with him and goddamn abandon him, you should be ashamed of yourself. Because you niggas do him like you do me. You whip somebody 1 minute, and for one anything, you end up turning on somebody. Now, if you stood with him, stand with it. If you didn't, you're okay, maybe. Still did something for all of us, whether you like him or not. He's persecuted because they see him as us. Now, damn it, I'm going to visit him, and I had written letters on his behalf when he was out, and I supported him even if he didn't return it to me. But you others who was out there all out front talking about you was with him, God damn it, you're nothing but a bunch of hypocrites. Free Grandmaster J, free Hannibal, free Shango, free Ozone Wallace, and free us up, Brother Taco, to help. Guide us, brother. Black Riders, guide us to help. Focus us to help. Because I can't do it all, and the Panthers can't do it all. Brother Ahmad, you the head of our prison program. Get with Brother Taco right away and make sure that every aspect of this program that we do our part. Because we out here free and breathing, and they locked behind bars. Black Power and Black Power, Black Defense Committee, defending all political prisoners in this hour. This, brothers and sisters, is the program of the Black Power movement. Omawali, the Huey P. Newton Gun Club, constantly training and retraining and emphasizing training. They have got me up here speaking the way that we speak in terms of self-defense and organizing what I've organized. It comes from the inspiration from Huey P., who come out of MBPP. We all family. And this is the contributions collectively of the Black Power movement and why we are holding our heads up. We have an economic program. We have a defense and training program. We have a political prisoner and defense program out here. Talk to me. Talk to me, you goddamn flunkies. You're flunked out and you're lucked out, because we're moving forward and going on up to a higher level. Come on, read me some more.
Let's see. We have, okay, 1 second, scrolling down. I don't see any more questions for now, Attorney Shabazz.
All right. So you had your chance. Now it's time to dance. I turn it back to Farad for the final 2 questions. You had your chance. Now it's time to dance. This train is moving forward. The train is moving forward. Go ahead, Farad. I'll let you answer. I'll let you kick the last 2 and then we out.
Okay.
Interview.
Attorney Shabazz, we see right now there's a possibility that Trump may be reelected. And what we're witnessing now, from what I'm seeing, from what I'm observing, what Malcolm X has spoke about as being a race war between black and white and a civil war between white and white.
Bring us back, Phyllis. Bring us back up to full screen. Thank you. That's your clothing line. New Black Panther clothingline.com. That's our clothing line. Put the flyers in the chat rooms, both of them. Put the links in the chat room. Go ahead, brother.
as I was saying, it's a possibility that Trump may be reelected. And as I'm observing, I'm noticing something that Malcolm X had said while he was still the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's national spokesman. He said that a race war would take place between black and white, but a civil war would take place between white and white. Do you feel that war was on the horizon? Do you agree with Malcolm's position? And other people have said that too.
Well, okay, two kinds of wars. Honorable Khalid Muhammad teaches us that war is not coming, war is here. As Black or African people, we're already at war. So in terms of the war between Black and white, I see the war between Black and white, of course, heating up. I see the rise of the right. I see the rise of whites that hate Black people. The Buffalo Massacre just took place not long ago. I see rising hostilities. I see Trumpism rising in America, though that's not the only danger. It's not the only danger. Some say Bidenism could be a worse danger because either you're gonna kill me or put me to sleep. I'm dead either way. But I see the war against Black people as being on the only deficiency in the Black-white war is that we're not fighting that war hard enough. That's it. The only deficiency in the Black-white race war, which is being waged against us and oppressing us, is that we are not fighting back enough. The white-on-white war of civil war, that remains to be seen. Whether or not they are all against each other, I don't know, brother. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Donald Trump, let me just talk about Trump for a minute. Mm-hmm. He's a no good bastard. That's for sure. He's verified no good bastard. He's a no good bastard. But they are, they do the same things they're accusing him of. They're saying that he tried to usurp democracy through a riot on the Capitol steps. But then they do the same thing to try to disqualify him from running to usurp democracy. They say, well, since he might win, we'll do anything to stop him. Well, hell, that ain't democracy either. So it's all mixed up and messed up. I'm not for any side on that, the Republican or the Democratic side. I'm against both of them. And I do see it becoming more contentious. Just as a if you want me to analyze it, if I analyze it, I would say that if Donald Trump is not indicted federally, if he is not indicted federally, then they would be in danger of him returning to the presidency because Joe Biden's poll numbers are horrific. Mm-hmm. Inflation is horrific. Mm-hmm. The supply line in America is horrific. You can't even buy a car. If you want to buy a car up in here, you can't even buy a car up in here. Actually, that's worked out good for some car owners. That's a separate subject. But overall, the economy is bad. The economy is bad. Inflation is bad. People are dissatisfied. They're leaning towards going Republican again, even though they can't do nothing because the fall of America is written. But they're leaning and swinging back right. Donald Trump is their hero. If Trump is not indicted, he would be on his road to victory. So they're going to try to do everything to indict him because the Democrats don't have a plan for people why they would vote for him.
But do you think if
I don't see no good in Trump winning either, but that's why they are fighting to stop him as a straight political analysis.
Do you think if he's indicted that it's going to invite a violent uprising, as so many have said? I think even Lindsay said something like that a few weeks ago on Fox News.
Because when his home was raided at Mar-a-Lago, when the FBI raid took place, there was no strong reaction. And that was for her.
But Lindsey Graham, he said that after the fact. He said that if Trump is indicted, and I think he kind of tried to go back in his statement, but he said that on Fox News, I think the Sunday after that, he said that if Trump is indicted, that, you know, a violent uprising would take place. That was after the raid.
Well, whatever. I mean, if they have enough in evidence to indict this devil, he should be indicted. He's a no good bastard. I have no sympathy for him if he's indicted. And
but
so,
you know, I wanted to mention to you, Attorney Shabazz,
I don't know. Indict him. However, indict him. However, I'm disinclined to take the position of the FBI on any matter. On any matter.
But here's the thing, Attorney Shabazz, and I don't want to, you know, of course, we want to move on briefly because I have one final question. I don't know if you noticed this, but since Trump has been in office, but even when he ran the first time, you have a lot of black folk within the conscious community who support him because they see him as being anti-establishment, such as our brother, Irritated Genie, Young Pharaoh. You have some of our African Senate family who support Trump because they see him as being, quote, you know, when they talk about the deep state, there are a few of us within our circle who actually support him because he goes against what they.
How does a strong black person support a white devil? How does a strong black person that believe in black support a white devil? I don't believe what you said. I don't believe that them people support Donald Trump. I'm refused to believe that.
I was at a meeting, Attorney Shabazz, in 2018. I believe it was January, at the National Press Club, and I forgot there's a brother. He's a reverend out of D.C. He's totally anti-homosexual, believes in the existence of a gay agenda, and as we know, our brother Irritated Genie, that's been his claim to fame, speaking against that. So it was a meeting of white Trump supporters with this black minister, and Irritated Genie was there. It was a press conference. I had actually streamed it, and he was in solidarity with supporting Trump. I saw that. And then Young Pharaoh in 2020, he may not be a good reference, but in 2020, he had a rally with Trump supporters, and they were speaking about the deep state, what the Illuminati, et cetera, the pedophile ring.
I don't know personally, Brother Pharaoh, so I can't speak.
I shouldn't have mentioned him, perhaps.
Young Pharaoh did that. I'm going to call him. He shouldn't have did that.
That's on YouTube. That rally's on YouTube. I was supposed to cover it, as a matter of fact. And he even put up a picture of him with.
I don't want to start calling him Young Sambo instead of Young Pharaoh, so I'm going to confirm that. I'm gonna hope I don't have to do that. I don't want to call him Young Sambo instead of Young Pharaoh. So I don't want to, unless you send me that, I'm going to disbelieve that because I don't want to start calling Young Pharaoh Young Sambo.
Understood. But listen, we're going to get on.
Irritated Genie has been strong, and that's my brother. And so I just refuse to believe that either because I know he knows that all of them are devils. He knows that one ain't better than the other. So I know he knows that, and I refuse to believe that about him.
Okay, we're going to move on now. I want to end it on this note. How should we, you mentioned, of course, some people identify as FBA, making negative comments about our continental African family. How should we deal with Africa as Pan-Africanists and Black nationalists within the United States?
I think how should we deal with what?
With Africa, like I said, there are many liberation movements over there that want to collaborate with the diaspora. How should we, I remember in 2000.
We have to embrace the truth. I mean, we ultimately come from Africa. We are from Africa. And the truth is that Africa belongs to us. We have been taken from Africa by the white man, and we have been taken from Africa even through some participation by some African nations. But that would be idiotic if we would turn anti-African when this is our time to reclaim Africa. As the Honorable Mukasa Rick says, that's our gold, that's our diamonds, that's our cobalt, that's our minerals. This is the future, maybe our future homeland if nuclear war or breakout or it should be our homeland now, as we up here fighting for rights and trying to get this white man to give us something. It should be a way, it should be a place for us to live. Like don't be surprised if I have a home in Africa. Definitely getting one in Jamaica. Okay, so I'm going to read something though from the new Black Panther Party 10-point program. The new Black Panther Party 10-point program calls for reparations, and it says, point number 3, new Black Panther Party 10-point program says we want an end to tax exemption and robbery of the Black nation by the white man. By the white man. Sometimes they be changed and they say put it the robbery of the Black nation by the capitalists. Supposed to say we want an exemption and the robbery of the Black nation by the white man. On an end to the capitalistic domination of Africa in all its forms, imperialism, criminal settler colonialism, neo-colonialism, racism, sexism, Zionism, apartheid, and artificial borders. It goes on in point number 3 to say that the Jews were given reparations, the Japanese were given reparations, the Black, red, and brown nations must be given reparations. The American white man owes us reparations. England, France, Spain, and all of Europe owe us reparations. Africa owes us reparations and repatriation. The Arabs owe us reparations, and the Jews owe us reparations. All have taken part in the African Holocaust and the slaughter of 600 million of our people over the last 6,000 years and 400 years in particular. This was put into the new Black Panther Party 10-point program.
Yes, sir.
Khalid Muhammad, which added and updated the Black Panther program. And this also was approved by the new Black Panther Central Committee. Khalid Muhammad, the chairman. What is it telling us, Brother Farad? It says, right, with America, England, and Spain on us reparations, and the Arabs on us reparations, so-called Jews on us reparations. It also says that Africa owes us reparations and what? Repatriation. And so repatriation means that we're due land in Africa and opportunities to return. So I can't adopt the anti-African line for political reasons, for security reasons. I can't adopt the anti-African line. We got to have a place to go. For economic reasons, well, as we do business, I don't want to be ordering my uniforms from China. I need to be ordering uniforms from Ghana.
Yes.
From the textile industry in Ghana. I'd rather order everything straight out of Africa. How the hell am I going to be saying, oh, I'm not going to deal with Africa. I ain't going to deal with Africa. What the hell you going to trade with, dumbass? You're talking about that. He ain't even talking about trade. And you can't talk about reparations till you got a movement. I mean, speaking theoretically, we could just do reparations. It don't mean nothing unless you got a political program and a movement and masses and political pressure and everything that goes towards getting reparations. Other than that, it's just a continuous internet conversation. And so, what is the question is what is our Africa? We love Africa. We are Africans, but we're Black nationalists first that take care of our people first, support the revolution of our people all over the planet. And I have many friends in Africa. Chris Sankara, the leader of the Black Pan-African movement in South Africa. That's my friend. I'll never deny it. Brother Kimmy Siba, the leading freedom fighter for Africa against French colonialism, based in Mali and West Africa. Great fighter, Brother Kimmy Siba. That's my friend. I will never deny him. The brothers and sisters fighting all over the planet. I'm part of that. And I'm fighting first to build up the black man and woman here in the West, the lost black nation, colonized here, what they call, Brother Imani Mahdi, the Republic of New Africa.
That's right.
States this white man owes us Florida, Georgia, Mississippi. He owes us Alabama. He owes us Arkansas. If you ask me, he owes us all 50 states. That's our demand. From the Mario Badelli and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We are black in the West, but we ain't no damn American.
Well, Attorney Dr. Malik Zulu Shabazz.
We ain't no Moorish American. We ain't no foundational American. We ain't any kind of Uncle Tom trying to be an American. We are the original people on the face of the planet Earth. For legal purposes and legal purposes only, we're called Afro-descendants. But we are the original people of the planet, black before you were born, as you called by Khalid Muhammad. We are spiritually black, culturally black, and legally we are defined as Afro-descendants. Anything else? I'll take one more.
I think we're about done here.
All right.
I don't think anyone else has anything else to say. Attorney Dr. Malik Zulu Shabazz, we thank you very much for joining us as always. It's always very insightful to speak with you and to hear your commentary and your analysis.
Thank you so much. Let me give out a number.
Definitely.
Number. Sisters and brothers, if you want to join, if you believe in what I'm teaching here tonight, if you believe in what I'm teaching about Black power and Black nationalism, if you believe what I'm teaching here about economic self-sufficiency, if you want to be a part of the economic program that I've laid out so clearly for you when I introduced new Black Panther clothing line, I want you to call. I want you to text 850-322-8725. 850-322-8725. I want you to join this movement under my leadership. I want you to know that your talents will be appreciated. I need to know that if you have skills in the business, you know about business, you know about trucking, you know about engine, you make clothes. If you have business experience and you're serious about this, I want you to join the New Party Economic Department. Overall, I want you to join and help make it better. It's not perfect, but you can make it better. You've heard from me as the chairman. I'm giving you the best that I can from Khalid Muhammad, who I've learned from Louis Farrakhan, who I've studied under, from what I've learned from Huey and Malcolm, and as I attempt to give you what Marcus Garvey and Elijah Muhammad gave to you, which is economic self-sufficiency. If you want to be a part of training for self-defense classes I've named to you with the brilliant commanders and trainers I've assembled, I want you to 850-322-8725. This is Black nationalism. This is Black power. I'm a part of a movement that includes many of the great organizations, the Black Riders, Anubis, Elmer Geronimo Pratt Gun Club. December 12th is out there fighting hard. The UNIA is out there fighting hard. The Omar Johnson's followers is out there fighting hard. Tony Browder's followers is out there fighting hard. All of y'all, man, let's come together and make this Black power movement better than what it is. Don't fight me. I'm not here to try to outshine nobody, outdo nobody. Use me while I'm here, because I'm not going to be here forever. Use my talent while I'm here forever. Because as the Black Messiah says in the scripture, he says, I must work to do the work of he who sent me. while it is still day, because the night cometh when no man can work. Time, sisters and brothers, is the most precious asset that any human, any organization, or any movement have. Let's use our time wisely. I pledge, I'm giving you all my time and everything I have in our rise. I ask of your support. And I thank you, Brother Farad, for your questions, brother, and for your constant service, and for your brilliance. I respect you, young man. Black power to this movement. And to Omar Wallet and Huey P. Truth to Power. Subscribe to Truth to Power on YouTube. Subscribe, spread it. All Panthers, spread this tape. Subscribe to the show. And stand up who has stood up for us. We standing up behind it. Black power, I'm off, man. I don't even want to go off. I caught the Holy Ghost up in here.
Black Power Hotep, Black Power family, thank you very much for joining us. Join us next week, same black time, same black channel. I'm Dashawn Farad. See you again.
All right, come on. Let's get it.
I'm Goshi Shun, us.